The Falcons ending their 4-game skid following Monday night's win in Vegas. Here's head coach Raheem Morris postgame.
You know, we leaned on it heavy. You know, obviously, you know, we came out and they were particularly hot. We were able to get off the ball and able to run the football on these guys. And, you know, our guys came out, like to punch a few more of those things in for touchdowns, but we leaned on the run game a lot. We leaned on it heavy. And those guys went out and performed at a high level today. A lot of credit to their coach, you know, and what they were able to do and that coaching staff.
You went with more big personnel defensively, it seemed, than you had been. Was that something you saw from your group, or was that opponent-specific today?
I think we've been kind of almost leaning that way a little bit when it comes to bigger people on the grass. We've kind of had the last couple of weeks, we leaned on a couple of big people and a couple of big personnels. A little bit had to do with what they came out in. They came out in a little bit of 13 today. They came out in a lot of 12, obviously, because that's who they are. So that allowed us to play with a little bit more big people as opposed to playing an 11 team, you know, like us, and getting out there a lot of snaps in 11. So we had to lean on some of those different personnel groupings.
Raheem, why did you lean so heavily on the running game today? I think Kirk didn't throw it all on first down in the first half.
I think it was just a hot hand. You know, we got a lot to work on, a lot of things we want to get done, but realistically, it was the hot hand today. It was controlling the game. It was controlling the time of possession. It was controlling the field position. Our special teams was hot. They were blocking punts. We were playing really well. We were playing really well on defense. They were not able to move the ball on us, and I just thought it was a smart play today for us to go out there and find a way to win. I think the most important thing when you come off a couple losses in a row, particularly when you're the Falcons, you want your Falcon fans to feel good about it, you got to find a way to get a win, and you gain confidence through getting wins, and I think that's what our guys did today.
We've talked a lot about red zone efficiency, and this was another game that, yes, there was control in where y'all were starting drives. You had good field position the entire time, but was 0 for 0 in the red zone. Couldn't get there. So what needs to change in order to create more efficiency in the red area?
It's pretty simple, Tori. You got to score. You know, we got to get down there. We got great field position today. We had a bunch of opportunities, whether you want to talk about off the block punts, off of turnovers, whatever the case may be. I don't care whether you run it in or you throw it in. We got to be way more efficient. We got to figure out how to get that better in practice, and that's got to happen for us just in the long run, in the overall template of what we want to be and how we can be it.
Raheem, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. If the hot hand was the rushing game and that's what you saw, can you assess Kirk's play tonight and where you're at? I know you guys got the dub, but in terms of him as the starting quarterback moving forward.
He's got to play better. And, you know, obviously you got to go back, you got to be able to look at everything. But, you know, he wants to play better. He's got to play better. We got to find a way to get him to play better. And obviously we'll get to work tomorrow, and that's a part of our process, right? You go, you look at the tape, you review with the people that needs to be reviewed with. You know, we get all the coordinators in the room. We'll talk with everybody. And we got to play better at the quarterback position.
So part B to that, if he can't, are you prepared to replace him with Michael Penix?
You know, we got everybody in our roster for a reason, right? We got so much to get better at, and, like, those things will always be discussed. That's just the nature of the beast in football. It's just so heavily talked about it at the quarterback position because there's only one guy out there. You know, so, like, for us, man, our mentality is to find a way to win the next game. And that's just the mentality that we're going to have. We got a late night delay. You can't be asking 4 questions, man.
We have several questions. We usually go way past 6 minutes. So decisions to not kick the 55-yarders. You had 2 of them there. You tried to pull them offside. Can you walk us through those 2?
Definitely had 2 decisions there, D-Led, and definitely decided to pin them back. You know, the one we pinned them back, and we kicked the touchback. Pretty upset about that. Told Bradley he's terrible. We came right back, and we got him on a 2 and was able to get a safety. And that was the execution we were looking for from our guys. And I thought it was really well done by our special teams play all night. You know, we played a little soccer. Let's just be honest, right? Keep away game, make those guys drive the field all the way down the field and try to beat us with touchdowns. They were able to do it once tonight, and we were able to keep them out the end zone for the most part and find a way to get a win.
Did you speak to Dez after the game or before the game? Did y'all?
I did not see him before the game. I wouldn't have done that to him. I think that's rude.
Yeah.
I did not see him in that huddle. Definitely looked for him a little bit. I know Terry definitely spoke with him. He definitely got a closer relationship with Dez than I do. I was only for him for a short amount of time, but I thought Dez came out and did a nice job and was definitely serviceable for those guys.
Obviously you saw something in the kicking game. You got your hands on 3 kicks today. Is that something you felt like you could do coming in, or was that a surprise to you?
You know, honestly, Josh, man, it's just one of those things that every week, man, if you really look close, you know, Red, you know, he is absolutely unbelievable. Pro Bowl type talent out there on special teams that gives great effort. I mean, the man scored a touchdown this year. He's blocked the kick, almost blocked a couple others. The way he rushed the passes, the way he plays, the intensity he plays, the respect that he has from his teammates. is unprecedented. So, that's always going to be something we try to exploit, particularly with Marquise and what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. I think there's a reason people are trying to fake punts on us because of how aggressive we play. But they play aggressive and they play sound and they play smart football. And that's a big credit to those guys and our coaching staff.
Hi, Coach. Nacho Garcia.
Well, head coach Raheem Morris still sounding fairly positive about his quarterback, but take a look at Kirk Cousins' last 5 games. Well, his 9 interceptions are tied for the worst in the NFL. His touchdown to interception ratio sitting 31st in the league, passer rating 30th in the league, sitting in the bottom of the league in a number of categories. But one thing he did do, snap that losing streak.